Hello and welcome to another episode of Garden to Table with Rose, and I am Rose. So today I'm back in the kitchen and I am making soup, ramen soup. And it is a quick and easy meal that you can personalize to your liking, which is one of the reasons I like it. It's also very good for using up leftovers. If you have protein leftovers, vegetable leftovers, it's just fantastic for mixing and matching things. Now, let me give a disclaimer. One, I'm not a chef or a professional cook. Two, this in no way is supposed to be authentic Japanese ramen. I have no real knowledge of Japanese cooking. I just know that I like this soup. All right, so the things that you're going to need are some kind of ramen noodles. I have keep these in my pantry. This is Simply Asia brand ramen noodles, and it comes in a big pack with like 4 little squares in it. You can see those. Kind of reminds you of the ones we all ate in college, the 10 for $1 ramen noodles. So it kind of reminds you of those. You can also use fresh or whatever you can get it. We do have an Asian grocery store here in Kalamazoo, and they do sell fresh noodles. So if you can get fresh, then use it. But I am using the dried ones. I am also using Simply Asia's ramen broth, soy ginger chicken broth, which is very convenient because really all you do is heat this up. Now you can make your own broth, obviously, with some chicken stock and add your ginger and soy sauce and different things that they want you to. I made it from scratch before, but this was so convenient, and this is supposed to be a quick meal, so I use this. And I have my noodles actually already cooked that I just put in this bowl because I'm trying to make this as quick as possible. You don't need to watch me boil water, but basically follow your package directions. Ramen noodles cook really quickly, like 5 minutes, and you should be good to go. Drain them. I like to layer all of my ingredients in my bowl and then pour like steaming hot broth on top of it. And the reason why is because this is one soup that I really like to have a aesthetically pleasing presentation. So I don't want it all mixed together. I want things separated and I want it to look pretty, basically. So that's why I do it that way. You could do it however way you want. You can mix it all together. You can put it in the broth and cook it like a soup. I do not cook anything in my broth because that tends to make, whenever you put anything in there and cook it, it's gonna tend to make it cloudy. And I want my broth to be clear. I want you to be able to see the presentation. So what I tend to do is I take my veggies and I steam them. One, because I want them to maintain the vibrant color, so that's why I steam them. And two, because I'm not cooking them with the soup. I'm just kind of layering them in. So I use what I had in my fridge. Like I said, you can customize this. I got some cabbage that came out of my garden. And this is regular, just green cabbage. You could use, obviously, Asian cabbage, a bok choy, a napa, something like that would be really good. I also got some green beans that I've cut up that came out of my garden. I think those were called calama beans. I got some zucchini that came out of my garden, and carrots. That didn't come out of my garden, that came from the grocery store. So, and I also have some bean sprouts. I do not cook my bean sprouts. I like rinse them with warm water when I get them. I buy them in the bag at the grocery store. I like bean sprouts to have a crisp kind of bite to it, so I don't like to cook them because then they get really soft really quickly. So I've steamed my vegetables, however you want to steam them to your liking. I have my bean sprouts. I got some scallions because I like to use that as a garnish. I also have some shrimp that I sauteed a couple of days ago, some leftover shrimp. I'm going to use that as a protein. And I got some crumbled pork that I also sauteed. I think I ground this myself, actually. I sauteed that some days back to make something. I can't remember what, but that's what I'm putting in for my protein. You usually want an egg on top, and I have some duck eggs, I believe these are. You use chicken eggs, whatever kind of egg you want, but I happen to be using duck eggs. And usually I boil up, or steam, I should say, because I use a little egg cooker, a dozen eggs a week, most weeks. because I really like eggs. I really like soft boiled eggs or medium boiled eggs, and so I usually keep those in the refrigerator to grab for breakfast, you know, during the week. So these are probably cooked pretty, the yolk is probably pretty solid because they're being refrigerated so that I can eat on them all week. If I were just making an egg for ramen, I would make it where the center was really soft. To me, that just tastes better because then you get the yolk to mix in with the broth, but it's just a good deal. So, but I'm gonna use one egg that you cut in half and put on top. I'm gonna garnish mine with some of this chili oil, and this is Lee Kun Ki. This is just the brand that they had at the grocery store, and the only reason why I'm using it is because I have tons of chili oil and I need to use it some kind of way. So I'm just gonna put a dollop on it on top when I'm done. So I got my ramen in here, and I'm gonna put the vegetables first. And I just steam my veggies actually in this is a insert that goes in my rice cooker. So my rice cooker has a steam function, and I just steam it in there. And I'm gonna use a lot of this just because I need to get my veggies for the day. I haven't had any vegetables today. I think all I had was a half a smoothie. Let's see, did I have, oh, and I had a little bit of oatmeal for breakfast. So I'm putting everything in here. Well, for this video, I won't put everything right away. I think that's what I'll do. That way, it'll be prettier, and then I'll add the rest when I'm done filming the video. All right. So however you want to arrange it, the carrots really are just for some color. That's really the only reason why I got carrots in there. And then put my sausage in one corner. Put my shrimp in another corner. Put my bean sprouts in another corner. All right, let's put the shrimp up. Okay. And then I'm gonna put the egg last actually. So let me get my broth. And the broth has really just been on a low simmer on the stove. And then I just pour it on here. That is my preference. And you want it really hot because, you know, you got these vegetables in here which may not be super hot depending on when you steamed them. Or you may decide to put them in cold if they're leftovers and just let the broth do its thing. So I'm gonna stop there. All right, and then an egg. Cut your egg in half. You want to place that in. And you also usually want to put a little bit of pepper on the egg, at least I do. I just like the way that looks. And what else am I missing? I'm going to put these green onions. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to show you guys this because this bowl is full, man. I'll take pictures of it. I got the green onion. And then I said at the end, I wanted to put a little bit of this chili oil. Just put it up. A little bit of this chili oil to just be able to use some of it. Really, that's the only purpose of this. But it is good. I'm not saying it's not good. It's just that I'm not necessarily a condiment person. Like, I usually forget about condiments, even though it's not that I don't like them. I just usually don't think of them. All right, so this stuff is a little bit spicy, not too spicy. So I'll put a little bit of dollop in there. And like, literally that is it. Your soup is good to go. Now, a lot of times we'll put radishes in here, and I don't have any right now because radishes are done. Those are more like cool weather crops, and I'll be planting some soon for the fall, but we're in midsummer so I don't have any radishes. And mushrooms is something that I often put in, and I usually will use, I mean, you can use any kind of mushroom, but I like those Inoi, I think that's how it's pronounced. It's a little tiny mushroom cap. They're white with a long skinny stem, and they sell them at most local grocery stores. Enoki, something like that. I like those in there. Or you could just use a button mushroom. Just make sure you slice it thin. Try to steam it or something to make sure it's hot so it doesn't cool your broth off too much. So that's my finished product. Let me see if I can get it. I can't tilt it too much because it's the middle of this food. But I'm gonna take pictures of it so you can see it. And I'm not gonna sample it because let me tell you, I am the sloppiest ramen eater I know. Usually whenever I get ramen, it's like splattered all over me. It's all over my shirt. I feel like a 3-year-old trying to eat. So I'm not gonna taste it, but I know it'll be good because, you know, I've had it many times and it's pretty straightforward and simple. This is a good soup to have quick evening meal when you know, have a long day at work or something. You can use leftovers that you have. You can use whatever vegetable combination your mind can come up with. You can use whatever protein combination your mind can come up with. A lot of people use pork belly in this, chicken, whatever you have. I make it a lot with chicken, but I just happen to have shrimp and pork today, so that's what I use. Pork belly would be really good in it. I love pork belly. Pork belly is good in everything. So, but you know, it might be something worth trying. At least it's a little bit different than your average chicken noodle soup. So if you try it, I hope you like it. I hope you enjoy it. And if you haven't already, like the video and subscribe to the channel so that you can get alerts of the next video. And the videos are usually uploaded every Wednesday. So yeah, Wednesdays. All right, that's it. Bye-bye.